This young man in telesales increased it to 53% closing ratio. And this guy, he's one of those trackers, and he tracked it 1,800% ROI, 1,800%. Basically, return of an investment. So he made over 20 something $1,000 in 60 days, in 2 months after purchasing the system. And he's never done it before.
That was a worthwhile investment.
Yes, it was. And he's like, I'll never go anywhere. He said, yes, the 7-step did it. And that's just one step.
Hey everybody, Roger here with another episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast. And today we have a special launch of a new affiliate program. I'm excited to bring back to the Life Insurance Academy podcast a former guest speaker, was on our podcast just 7 months ago. He's taken our viewers by storm. This video has gotten 23,000 views in just 7 months, 6,500 views in just the last 90 days. Mr. Eric Howard, Mr. 7 Steps, back on the Life Insurance Academy podcast. Eric Howard, what is going on, my man? Something's going on.
Hey, it's happening, man. The 7 Steps did it. Only thing I can say is it's been a phenomenal ride. God has really bless a lot of people. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
What's going on? You've got a program called 7 Steps. Let's get a little context here. Eric is from the great city of Burlington, North Carolina, happily married to his beautiful wife, Linda, 4 kids, and has been in the business for 30 years, has coached personally over 3,000 agents, has helped, I don't know how many, become 6-figure producers, and has now created a program for agents to dial into. You're not recruiting anymore, are you?
No.
You're not recruiting or building your own agency, but you have a coaching program now that you've launched called the 7 Steps. And this is a weekly coaching program. What's all involved in this coaching program, first of all?
So every week we have a 90-minute call live, right, on Zoom. Yep. And there, we allow people to get into the academy first. Once they purchase the system, the license to the system, they're able to log in, and now they get to see every step of the 7 steps. And each step has its own tutorial. It's me on the whiteboard going over, step-by-step game plan. And I try to make it so simple. The response that I get from a lot of people are saying, wow, Mr. 7, you made it so simple. Like, my little one can understand this. Like, I never thought it was going to be this simple. And so I break everything down to where it's again, very small, no matter who you are, just getting started in the business or veteran, it's easy to keep up. It's on the whiteboard. I break it down. Mm-hmm. And now everybody's coming out, out the gate swinging. And they're like, I'm getting success. And so once they start getting on my Zoom calls, now they're able to ask questions. That even though they have the scripts, it's always good to get on a coaching call to ask questions to kind of clarify things too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so we go for 90 minutes every single week.
So you got a full course.
Yes.
Everything's broken down. There's resources, tools, scripts, all of that. But then they also get the live coaching with you every week for 90 minutes.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Boom. And something's going on. There's a phenomenon happening because people are eating up this video that you did with me. And that video was called How to Make $1 Million in Life Insurance. And you can click that link here somewhere. Adam's going to do his magic thing. And your course and your coaching program is now live and active. And we're going to be linking it right here in this video. We're actually going to link it in your previous video as well, because we're still picking up a ton of viewers on that. We did talk about it in there, but you hadn't released it yet. You were about to release it. And so we're announcing to the world today that the Life Insurance Academy is doing an affiliate partnership with Mr. 7 of the 7 Steps program to launch this exclusive relationship where you can subscribe and become a part of your coaching program at a price that's not available anywhere else, even on your own website, right?
right? This is the biggest deal ever, and we're rolling it out now. Like this is big. Every
Yes.
one of your subscribers, if they're not subscribed to LIA, they need to get subscribed today. Like
Yeah.
run, press the
If
button.
you if you're watching the video, jump in, subscribe on our YouTube channel, but hit that link and get the information about the 7 steps. So, what is the magic behind the 7 steps, and why does every agent need to understand some of these what others would say are simple concept, but often overlooked concepts? Because I think a lot of agents come into the business, new agents, they come in and they struggle and they don't know where to focus. They don't know how to generate leads without spending a ton of money. They don't know how to keep their business on the books. And oftentimes it can be overwhelming, complicated, frustrating, which leads to agents quitting the business. And we are in one of the best industries in planet Earth. I say it's the best kept secret in America, Eric. You know how passionate I am about this business, how it changes lives. It's changed my life. I know it's changed yours and Linda's lives and all the agents that we get to work with. And yet some agents struggle. What about the 7 steps solves that problem for new agents?
Well, it gives everyone a track to run on, right? And every step of the 7 steps is it will monetize. And so, regardless of you just coming in and do not have a book of business and you need to buy a batch of leads, I'm always telling people that my thing is when it comes to leads, it's okay to buy a batch or maybe two, but it's what you do off of the sales that you make.
Mm.
And that's where no one is teaching anybody how to multiply that. And so this system allows it to be like a snowball effect. This is the words that I'm getting from my mentees. Like it became a snowball effect. It kept coming in, and now my pipeline is filled up. And even when life happens, and this happens a lot, life is going to happen. People are going to have distractions. People are going to get sick in their family. People are going to die in your family. People are going to go through different situations. It's still a track to get back and run on. That's the beauty of the 7 steps. And so it allows you again to get the most organic referrals. I call them the BECs, as you know, I've said on your other podcast. And so, but it's the verbiage to go along with it, because if you don't do it right, I'll tell you this one story real quick. So I had a gentleman that called me out the blue, and I don't know how I even got my phone number, really. He said, "Is this really Mr. Seven?" I'm like, "Yes." "Who is this?" So he told me who he was. He said, "Well, I listened to one of your podcasts." He said, "I don't know if it was with Cody Askins or with LIA. I can't remember." He said, "But I listened to it, and you gave the definition of what the BEC was."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and I went after it. He said, "I called up some of my clients and I extracted them just like you kind of mentioned."
Mm-hmm.
He said, but within a amount of minutes, I had received 16 of these referrals, 16.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was stuck. Like, what do I do next? He said, I need to reach out to him. I need this system. So I need to
Stuck. You call those referrals. That's what you do.
but see, here's the thing though. If you do it wrong, it would backfire.
Mm.
I've seen it backfire on people that say, "Oh, well, what did I do wrong?" And so that's why on the coaching calls, we role play. And the beauty of that, Roger, is this. Although some people may not get on live because they may be busy or might be doing other things or whatever, you still have access to the recorded calls. Every call is recorded. So when people come into the system right now, they may get on my live call this coming Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, and I might be on one particular step that you're not ready for.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't stop you. And you're not going to be lost, because now you can log into the coaching portal and watch the very first coaching call we did back in August of 2024. You can go back and watch that and say, "Oh, now I can get caught up." Does that make sense? And so it's helped a lot of people get caught up and say, "Man, before I even got on his first call live, I was already making money on the BECs or the denial partners." So the system itself, what it does for you is a couple of things. Number one, I copyrighted it. I trademarked it years ago because it took me from foreclosure in '08 to creating this system to 8 years later earning $1 million. Okay. When you're making that kind of money and you seeing it scale every year, when you're seeing that happen, that's when you go, "Okay, I got something here. I have to protect it." So I copyrighted it, trademarked it, all of that. So now when people purchase the system, when I decided to go from being exclusive just in my personal agency back then to now global. And when I say global, we have agents now in Singapore, Canada, um, the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
East, West, United States, like they're everywhere, and they're getting results. And that's what I love the most. They're getting results. Now the denominations is different, but they still getting the results.
That's
They
right.
still making more money.
That's
You
right.
know, and again, now you purchase a small fee, right? The cost of a batch of leads, unless
Mm-hmm.
you're a subscriber of LIA, it's going to be cheaper than the cost of a batch of leads, right?
That's right. That's
But
right.
but you get the license to the system, which is an online academy. You log in, you have the whole thing there. And as you said, you have the scripts to download. You actually have some audio footage on there as well. You know, one of my steps is how to do church workshops. And I'm big on church workshops, but it's how you do it. It's what you show when you get there. Some people just talk over everybody's head. I keep things simplified. You have an outline of what to talk about when you're there. Well, how do I talk to the pastor? What do I say to the pastor to get in there? You have an actual audio of me talking to a pastor. You have the script, but you can listen to what I said to them and what the pastor said back. And so many people are like, this is perfect. I know exactly what they're going to say back to me. Okay. You're also able to download our 90% persistency final expense presentation. I'm going to say it again. 90% persistency. That's huge.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I found down through the years is that most agents in final expenses around 70% persistency. Some
That's right.
less than that.
That's right.
Because they're selling rate and they're selling coverage. That's not how you sell final expense. So once we cracked the code back in, gosh, probably 2010, 2008, like 2010, it was like, no, this is the presentation. And you're closing 90% of the people you sat down with. Truly, it makes you, this presentation you download, it makes you the only logical choice. So
The
it's the
only
final
logical choice.
presentation. We also have the mortgage protection presentation as well, because we know people do a little bit of both. So,
Yeah.
so those are the things that you're getting within the steps itself. Okay, all the tutorials, and so we want to make sure that people understand that you're not on an island by yourself, just reading the material, watching the videos, listening to the audios, downloading things. You're not by yourself. If you have the coaching package as well, which is so minimal, right? If you have that as well, now I'm coaching you. Now you can have the role plan at your fingertips, and you say, that's what I'm doing wrong. This is the reason why that denial partner didn't work with me. This is why she's not sending me all these free leads. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Are you ready to launch your insurance career? Excel Solutions is your go-to leader in life, accident, and health insurance pre-license training. Their cutting-edge e-learning platform is packed with rich content. Think interactive assessments, engaging videos, and customized learning paths, all tailored to your learning style. Being students ourselves, we've trusted Excel now for years to deliver top-notch training, offering high pass rates. Their streamlined prep review courses and the exam simulator are really your secret weapons to nailing the state exam the very first time. Now, you thought it couldn't get any better. Well, it just did. Life Insurance Academy listeners, you receive an epic 50% discount, reducing the regular course fee from $199 to only $99. So, all you have to do is use partner code LIA at liapodcast.org/Excel. Now, Excel spells XCEL. So don't think about it any longer. Dive headfirst into your insurance career with Excel Solutions' premier pre-license training with that exclusive 50% discount just for you. Get the code, get licensed, and excel in your insurance career.
You know,
now, Eric, when you started, you were face-to-face.
Yes.
Yeah, face-to-face.
I love face-to-face.
Does this program work for face-to-face and telesales?
Yes, sir. As a matter of fact, one of my biggest mentees right now, he's out of New York, right? Got the accent and everything, right? The New York accent. I'm always picking on him. And so he's in telesales. Now this guy has 1,200 clients in final expense. all over the country. And before the pandemic, the BEC method, which is the best referral ever, the most organic field, no one says no to the appointment. That's one of my guarantees. In the field, everyone was around 50% persistency. So if you wrote 5 people this week, you're going to get 4 BECs per deal. That's 20 BECs. And you're going to close 10 of those for the week. Okay. During the pandemic, we saw it decline. And I made people start getting on Zoom with the BECs. But guess what? It dropped down to about 35%. This young man in telesales increased it to 53% closing ratio. So he purchased the system back in September. We looked it up. And I want to know, I'm one of those guys, I want to know, what have you made? Because at the end of the day, you're not in this business just to be in the business. You're here to make money.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's one of those trackers, and he tracked it 1,800% ROI. 1,800%. Basically, return of an investment, 1,800%. So he made over $20-something thousand in 60 days, in 2 months after purchasing the system. And he's never done it before.
That was a worthwhile investment.
Yes, it was. And he's like, I'll never go anywhere. He said, yes, the 7-step did it. And that's just one step. He said, now I'm coaching him on denial partners, the state farms, the farm bureaus. Again, it's all about the verbiage and how you do it and how you even though we have the script, the amount of time that we've taken on these calls to go over it over and over again, it's amazing. It seems like it takes about the 3rd or 4th time rehearsing things, role playing again. They go, you know what? Every time I hear you say it, I get something different. And that's why the coaching call is so important.
Yeah. I'm jealous of the shirt, man. The 7 steps did it. I love the shirt. I love the shirt. Love the brand. I think you should set like a premium, like, hey, once you write 20K off my program, you get a 7 steps did it shirt. Like I'm calling stuff out on you right now. I don't know if you're able to do that or not, but
I'm gonna write that down.
Like you should have something, man. And you got all these people sporting your swag all over the country, showing up on podcasts, maybe getting on our podcast, saying, hey, I want to get on and give some testimonial to Eric and his program.
It's coming.
Because the 7 steps did it in conjunction with Life Insurance Academy, of course.
That's right.
Course.
I want to say the reason why we reach back out to each other pretty much is because I love what you guys are doing. Like at the end of the day, it's about educating. It's about making people, level up, go to the next level, because everyone has families. And again, no one's getting into the insurance industry just to be getting into it to make minimum wage, right? You want a better quality of life. I mean, look where you just came from. You just came back from the Philippines, right? Just enjoying yourself. And then you just came back from somewhere else before that. But that's what you get in this business.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
We are in one of the best industries in the world.
My wife used to say it all the time. She's like, we're in the business to print money. That's what it seems like, because you can go to work and I came up with a new thing years ago. I want to say it was 2017 or something. And I told an agent who had so much going on for that day. I was like, Mr. Howard, I don't know if I'm able to get my production in. I said, focus on 3 apps a day by 5 o'clock and then go home to your family. I said, just get 3 by 5. And that became just so big at that time, 3 by 5. And so I still teach that today, how to go out and write 3 apps a day by 5 o'clock and then go home to your family. And it works. And people say it all the time, 7 steps did it.
7 steps did it. Now, Eric, you weren't always successful.
Lord, no.
You had some challenges early on. I remember a story. You woke up and you thought your car rolled down the hill. You thought you left your parking brake off. And what is that story? And because when people see you and they obviously hear now you have a program, your coaching program, and they think this is just a sales pitch. This has changed your life. This business has changed your life. Where were you then? And what was that life like? And what did it feel like going through the struggle to figure out the stuff you know now? Because I know you've had mentors along the way. I know you learned from other people. I didn't learn everything in this business by myself. I've learned from great people. I learned from you. I learned from other people that I interview on this podcast. I've learned from agents that have worked with me that I've been coaching, and then I learned stuff from them. Like, nobody gets to where they are in life without someone else influencing them. This is
Sure.
what is called business masterminding. This is what is called networking. This is what is called association with the right people. But I know that you came from struggle. Tell that story real quick and what it's like for you to have gone to from there to where you are now, and what that was like for you utilizing this business as the vehicle, and what people can look forward to.
Well, I believe everything happens for a reason. And, when you're going through something, you need somebody who's already been through it at the end of the day.
Mm,
Because when you're going through it yourself, you're feeling like you're on an island by yourself and it's only you going through it. And
yeah,
you can't see on the other side of all that pain, all the misery, the things you're going through. But I'm here to tell people that everything you want and everything you ask God for is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of all the pain that you got to go through,
that's
right?
right.
All those things are going to happen to you for a reason. It was to toughen me up. And
Hmm.
and I did a timeline of my life one time to an agency, and just to break down the amount of times that my lights got cut off. And this year is when I went outside, I was ironing my shirt, and I say it was freezing cold, kind of like it is now. And I'm like, I need to go outside and crank my car up. And I go out there to crank it up, and the car wasn't out there. And so I went to the edge of the porch and looked way down and didn't see. And I thought maybe the car rolled down, was on a hill. And I stepped out there in the yard and looked down to see if it was in the bushes. It wasn't there either, you know. And a friend of mine was like, "Man, it must have got repo. Did you pay it?" And I was like, "Man, they came and got me." I'm like, "Lord have mercy." So it's knowing that I went through those things, and I experienced a lot of those things, even up to the foreclosure process, getting that letter, seeing my name at the courthouse, going down the stairs in the basement, and
Mm,
seeing my name plastered on the thing, and, filling out paperwork with the attorney and all that to save my mortgage. But it was this system right here that put me on that right track. And so when I saved my home, and I remember the day that they was going to call, they was calling out all the addresses of the foreclosures. And I remember praying, and I can't tell you how many times I went to the bathroom that morning at the courthouse, had to keep stepping
mm,
out. I feel for people that goes through this,
mm,
and to let them know that there is a better way, right? And a lot of times it's just you just need some guidance. You need a mentor. You always need a mentor in this business.
mm,
But I remember, when she pulled out that book and she started reading the addresses off, and my address was not called out, and I just like I fell on my knees, was like in front of everybody. I didn't care who was looking. I was thanking the Lord. And I was like, I'll never do this again. I'll never go through that again. And so even today, I keep on my desk here, in a frame, the foreclosure, notice, the letter that I received. I still keep it today. So that's the reason why I grind. You got to have some reason why you grind on a daily basis. And so, when I look back over my life, like all the things I went through, and I'm like, God, why did you take me through those things? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to lose this and lose that, and run outside to tell Duke Power, hey, give me the 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna go borrow the money, whatever I had to do, and it was clear as day that he
mm,
was showing me that because there's other people that you got to take care of. I took you through it so others don't have to go through that. And
mm,
these are the pitfalls. And there's a lot of things, like you said, I had a mentor, but my mentor at the time only showed me how to write insurance. Guess what? A lot of people have mentors, uplines. All they do is focus on production. I take it a step further. Okay. I want to teach people the three main pitfalls that I fell into. Okay. Those pitfalls are very simple. And it's something that because our mindset is make, 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 just make money, right business, right business. But no one stops and goes, right now, I have over 100 mentees, well over 100 in my program right now. 95% of them owe taxes, a lot.
mhm,
They're behind. They haven't
mm,
even filed. Guess what? That's probably 90% of agents across the country right now. And so I'm trying to be that voice in the back of your head that says, reach out to this person. I have people on my panel that is a tax strategist that got me out of the amount of money I was on.
Mm.
And it was probably my first, and from '08 to 2012, I remember every year how much money I was making, right? So it was a steady growth. It wasn't until 2012 of making over $500,000 in income that I woke up and found out I was doing it all wrong because I didn't have the right mentor coaching me on taxes, on business structure. I was so prop. I was being eaten alive by Uncle Sam,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then credit. Roger, I had probably one of the worst credit you could think of,
And you
but
went out and bought a car anyway.
I was still driving a Beamer, a convertible BMW with, I mean, score under 600. It didn't
Oh,
matter, right?
and
It didn't
no one
matter.
was telling you. No one was giving you that coaching and that advice.
No one said, Eric, become a business first. Eric, put your cars and house and different things in your business name. Get with this estate planner. You need to trust. How you gonna be? Agents running around here right now talking about generational wealth. I interview all these mentees coming in, these students,
I
10 years
love what you
old.
say. Agents run around here talking about generational wealth. They do. You see them on social media every day.
I'm in this business. I want to build generational wealth. You already got your trust set up, huh? You need to trust. You're not
Yes.
leaving nothing. Oh yeah. Guess what? Let's get you some money made. Plug you into the system, make money. I'm gonna give you 3 people to talk to. Whether you work with them or not, that's up to you. But I'm gonna be that voice in your head that's telling you your taxes ain't right, your business structure ain't set up right. Are you an LLC, C corp, something? No, neither one. When I give them tips about how my 4 children are employees, even my 7-year-old, how? You better talk to my tax strategist over here. Whether you work with her or not, you better talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Over $12,000 per year per child. What? Yeah.
That's
She'll
right.
teach you some things
That's
and
right.
use the tax code to approve it.
That's right.
So this is what I love. I love blowing their mind and they go like, I had no idea. I'm like, I know you didn't, but now you do.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Eric, you are a passionate man. I love talking with you. I loved our time when we got to spend together individually. You and Lynn have got to come back to Louisville to spend some time with us. And I'd love for us to do a live training together sometime. I would
Definitely.
absolutely love that. You've got this 7 Steps program. It is now available. There's an exclusive offer through Life Insurance Academy, and you can find that at lia.eric7steps.com. The number 7, not spelled out. So LIA for Life Insurance Academy .eric7steps.com, and that'll put you right into that landing page. And just some of the things, Eric, they're going to get in there. And I just want to highlight a few of those things. They get full access to your 7 Steps General Agent System, live weekly coaching with
Mhm.
Mr. Seven himself, and virtual coaching replays if you cannot attend live. You get the high conversion sales scripts, the templates and role playing workshops. You get the elite networking tools and deal structuring training, lifetime access to updates and exclusive LIA bonuses. You get all the additional things that he was just giving you information on, all the coaching that comes out of his heart and passion for seeing people not just succeed in business, in writing business, but how to succeed in life with their business, for their legacy, for their family. All that coaching, that's all included. Um, Access to step-by-step instructions, verbiage and scripts, the video tutorials, the tracking tools, the incentive programs, the networking systems for lead gen, business structuring advice. I know there's even sessions that you offer. Now, this may be additional things where you sit down spouses together and talk to them about how to win in business together as a husband and a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is more than just you doing a training program where you're getting on for 90 minutes and out. Like, this is your life. You live and breathe this stuff.
I love this, man. I love, because listen, I've seen, and you know this, when you're an IMO, which I was an IMO in the past, been an agency owner and all of that. you wear multiple hats,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're a manager one day, you're a guidance counselor the next day, you're, couples therapy. I've had couples come in my office sitting down together, and I'm like, what's going on, guys? And they're telling me their story, what's going on and stuff. And it's like, wow, and you have to get in between them. And it got to a point I said, you know, the spouses don't get to hear what I'm telling them. They don't get to hear what your upline is telling them, how to keep going, how to go after that one more no. They don't get to
Mm-hmm.
hear all that. All they see is that final due notice. And so the pillow talk at home is, well, what we're going to do? You didn't write nothing yesterday. You didn't write nothing today. What are we going to do? Well, he told me just, and that can take a strain on any relationship.
Sure.
And so what I try to do, and I started doing this years ago, I used to have what's called Super Saturdays every quarter. I started
Mm-hmm.
it back in 2010, Super Saturdays. And every quarter I would pull all these agents together and I do my training, we do some incentives, some awards. But it got to a point I started inviting the spouses and significant others. And I saw a big change in our production. And the reason being was because I started teaching the spouses how to truly support the agent, how to get out of their way and let them do what they needed to do to be successful, and how to push them in the right way.
Mm.
And when they started doing that, I started getting responses like some of the female agents would say, "I don't know what you said to my husband, but you got him cooking for me. He got dinner for me at night when I come home late, and he's helping me make calls. Helping me make copies, and and this was back when we were doing paper apps now, so a little bit different now. But they were like, wow, what did you say to him? And and I just like I don't know what I said, but I said the right thing. But you can see the difference in the relationship changes. I like pulling couples together to get that lovey-dovey stage back. One of the first
Mm-hmm.
thing I tell couples to do is take the love language quiz, because it kind of gets them back in that mushy feel. You know what I mean? To
Mm-hmm.
kind of, you've been married for 15, 20 years, and right now you may not even like each other, but now you kind of find that passion again, and now you can kind of understand what he's going through out there in the field or on the phone or whatever it is, and now
Mm-hmm.
you're able to help out because you want to. And so ever since I started back with the 7 steps, and I plug that back in. And again, this is outside the system itself, but it's just I love to see people win, and I love to find out where they were and where they are now. And
Yeah.
now some of the times I have not only the agent getting on the call, but I see their spouses on there too, and I'm like, hey, they bring the spouses on the call too, and I love it, man. I just it lets me know that they're winning.
Eric, you are so confident in this system that I even see that you have a 100% money back guarantee on this program.
Yes, sir.
How does that work, man?
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you have put forth the effort, and it's not for those that they buy the system, look at it and go, I ain't doing that. I want my money back. No, you have to prove. This is about proof, because I've never had anyone not go out and make their money, right? And so within 7 days, if you actually apply yourself, I've seen people double their income from what they paid into it. That's number one. But yeah, it's a 30-day money back guarantee. And all you have to do is go out and apply yourself in each step and watch the money come in. But everybody who I've only had a very small few of people that said, I don't know if this is going to work for me. And I say, why? And they go, well, I don't know about this and I don't know about that. And it's like, well, have you bought any leads yet? Have you picked up the phone and called? No, not yet. Do you have the script? Did you download it? Yes. Have you read it? Not yet. Then how you know it's not going to work for you? I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
that,
You mean
that's
you're not going to work for you? Basically, is what they're telling you. I'm not going to work for me.
yeah. So
I, I,
it works. But that's why I say I don't mind. I don't mind giving people their money back if they can prove that they actually went out there and went to work.
I love that, man. Real results, real impact. Agents who embrace the 7-step system, tangible result within 30 days, closing 95% of your prospects, decreasing chargebacks by up to 90%, and how to turn 20 leads into 80 applications.
Yep.
Your website says you do the math, take the first step, enroll now, and take this opportunity to jump in. with the LIA exclusive affiliate program with 7 steps. This LIA package, you can only get it here. You can only get it at this price right here, right now. I love this relationship we've got. This is from Sandra. Sandra said, the 7 steps ultimate agent package completely transformed my approach to selling insurance. Within just a few weeks, I was closing more deals than ever before and felt totally in control of my business for the first time. Sandra P. So how many more people are out there desperately wanting to succeed, and they just need that coaching and that extra push and that common sense approach to how to grow and scale their business with someone in their corner that's got their back all the way?
We're out here. We're waiting on you.
That's it, man. That's it. Eric, man, thank you for being on. I'm honored to be in business with you. Appreciate you. Appreciate your passion for the business. Can't wait to hear of much more success. Guys, you can find the link in the description. I'm sure Adam will spin this up and put the cards for you to grab this. And if you need to reach out to Eric, what's your Instagram?
You can find me at eric7steps.com. That's my email address. And then on Facebook, you can also find me on Eric Howard, Eric 7 Steps.
Eric 7 Steps. You can find him there. And again, if you have not seen his previous video on the Life Insurance Academy podcast, it's still scaling at well over 2,000 views a month. So jump on there and take a look at that one, and you'll hear a story. He was sitting here in studio. This time he's coming to us from his studio in Burlington, but that one he was in studio with us here, and we'll have to have you back in a few more months to see how things are rolling again, man.
Let's do it. Can't wait.
Right. Thanks for being on, Eric. Congratulations on your program. Can't wait to hear of all the success stories coming out of this. Guys, subscribe today. Jump in and get started, Mr. 7 Steps. And I'll be looking forward to seeing a bunch of T-shirts that you wear saying 7 Steps did it.
7 Steps did it. Let's go.
All right.
Look to the top.
All right. Talk soon. And guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast. We'll see you on the next one.